want to switch gears too. I mean, this whole idea where we have, Beyond Beef and all these other alternatives that keep coming out. There's a new report that finds the majority of consumers who purchase a lot of these plant-based alternatives to meat, they're not vegetarian or vegan. They like it. They like it. And I've tested some of this. It's actually very good.
You're a liar.
This might surprise people. I'm not a vegan.
You're a liar. All right, so you see what these people will whore themselves. Well, I actually taste these things. It's pretty good. Oh. This is news, guys. Hard-hitting news. Financial news. No, this is a press release. This is a paid advertisement. This is paid content. Silicon Valley food tech startup Impossible Foods accepted a major environmental award from the United Nations Tuesday as the company works to boost awareness of food's environmental impact. This is the end of 2019. They gave him an award. Patrick Brown, Doctor, Impossible CEO and founder, Dr. Patrick O. Brown. Damn, they even give him that O in the middle. Patrick O. Brown. You done assassinated a president with that name, sir. You getting that mass shooter treatment with the middle name initial. Patrick O. Brown, Dr. Patrick O. Brown. Remember, whose father was a career CIA guy. Coming from a CIA family. Patrick O. Brown from Stanford University. Coming from a CIA family. This is all out in the open. This is all open information, right? Accepted the award with the other 15 winners at the 2019 United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change in Madrid. So it's they're saving the planet. Wow. They're saving the planet. Impossible Foods is honored to receive UNFCCC's Planetary Health Award to showcase plant-based meat as a true pathway to cut emissions and decarbonize the atmosphere. Remember, the atmosphere, the carbon in the atmosphere, they tell you that's the only driver behind climate change, which is a huge fucking lie, which is a massive scam. We're going to decarbonize the atmosphere. Guess what happens when you do that? You get less plant growth. Carbon dioxide is what plants breathe. That's what you exhale. They're telling you that's a poison. Right? Decarbonizing the atmosphere, they mean depopulating the carbon-breathing humans. It's insanity. This is a self-destructive, suicidal worldview, genocidal worldview, because Patrick Brown, he knows he ain't gonna sacrifice himself for the planet. He'll happily sacrifice our way of life and rural people. And so these are solutions, they say. With solutions like the Impossible Burger, consumers can drive the movement to create a food system consistent with the urgent goals of the Paris Agreement, said Jessica Applegren, Vice President of Communications for Impossible Foods. So this is the scam, guys. These Fortune 100, Fortune 500 companies, these global mega corporations are rebranding their monopolies and try to create a new financial system where they're incentivized to further monopolize and consolidate the food supply. But it's for the greater good. It's to save the planet. It's to decarbonize, right? We're going to decarbonize. And of course, the UN is down for it. The UN's out there helping them out. UNGlobalCompact.org, featuring Impossible Foods on their website. Business ambition for climate and health. The Impossible Foods, they just want to save the planet. If they happen to make a few bucks along the way, what's the big deal? This is the United Nations website. Excuse me, United Nations website. United Nations Climate Change, UNFCCC.int. Featuring Impossible Foods, says Impossible Foods, creating plant-based alternatives to meat. Singapore, Hong Kong, USA, Macau. So they use Singapore, Hong Kong. They never talk about, why don't they say China? Hong Kong. Yeah, so Impossible Foods is creating plant-based replacements for meat products that are more sustainable and help displace market demand for meat products, says the UN. And then you get Jamie Lannister over here talking about Impossible Foods. Are you kidding me? We got this actor.
People deserve to have food that is not only good for them, but also good for the environment. Impossible Foods is reducing the impact of the food industry by creating plant-based burgers that empower consumers to take action on climate change, reduce our agricultural footprint, and keep fresh water available for natural habitats to thrive.
We started out by basically cracking the code of meat flavor.
All that matters is the flavor of meat. Look, here's some pictures of birds and water. Look, we're saving the planet.
Burgers that empower consumers to take action.
They empower you to take action. This empowers you to take action. When you buy that Impossible Burger, you're empowering yourself and you're taking climate action now, just like Greta says you should do. Climate action right now. You need it. We need climate action now. What is climate action? Purchasing plant-based kibble. If you purchase plant-based kibble, you're saving the planet. And so they use all these fake-ass stats. Oh, look, it requires 96% less land. Less land to grow beyond an Impossible Burger. How do you calculate that? Requires less land. You know how destructive it is to clear cut forests so that you can grow your peas and your pea protein isolate. Have you seen a combine harvester harvesting peas for pea protein in Manitoba, Canada? It's insane. It looks like something from something out of Dune. These giant combine harvesters threshing up the ground, turning up the soil, destroying the topsoil, all the pesticides used. No, but we require less land. They always use these, it requires less land. Look, the land that cattle graze on is not useful for other things. Land that can be used for ruminant animals, grassland, is very different. It's not cropland. All right, so they act like, it uses less water. We use less water too. Most of the water that cows consume, guess how Impossible Foods calculates this? They calculate all the water that gets used to grow the grass and the forage that the animals eat. So they say, we use 87% less fresh water. Well, they're considering rainwater that falls in the pasture that these cows eat using water. That's a joke. Just like the United Nations and the Sustainable Development Goals, it's a giant scam for the consolidation of power and resources. All right, so here we've got a picture. This is a photo of 3 different, let me make this a little bigger here. Here, I'll just zoom in. Oops. We've got 3 different products here. Okay, 3 different products. 2 of these, make that too big. All right, 2 of these products are meat alternatives, plant-based meat alternatives, empowering you to take climate action now by eating a chemical souffle of GMO mush, right? GMO McMush. 2 of these are plant-based burgers, the ingredients of plant-based burgers. One of these is the ingredients of a higher-end dog food, a wet dog food. Okay, so we got water, pea protein isolate, expeller pressed canola oil, refined coconut oil, rice protein, natural flavors. Natural flavors. Cocoa butter, mung bean protein. Right? How do you get rice protein? How do you get mung bean protein? You know how many solvents and chemical processes are needed to make that? You know how much destruction goes into making this shit? Natural flavors, cocoa butter, mung bean protein, methyl cellulose. Guess what that is? That's basically bamboo. That's freaking wood. Methyl cellulose. Potato starch, apple extract, salt, potassium chloride, vinegar, lemon juice concentrate, sunflower lecithin, pomegranate fruit powder, beet juice extract. Ooh! So they're trying to make it look red at least there with that beet powder or beet juice extract and pomegranate fruit powder. Now, that's the first one. Really similar to the second one. Pea, sweet potato, pea protein, pea starch, lentils, flaxseed meal, sunflower oil, preserved with mixed tocopherols, calcium carbonate, vegetable flavoring, salt, vitamins, vitamin E supplement, vitamin A supplement, a bunch of vitamins, and minerals. The other one, water, soy protein concentrate, coconut oil, sunflower oil, natural flavors. Ooh, and natural flavors, that can include beaver anal glands, just so you know. But no, this is plant-based, so it probably doesn't include beaver anal glands, which can be used to make natural vanilla flavor. Those beaver anal glands are probably healthier than every ingredient in this one. Here, the sunflower oil, potato protein, more methylcellulose, yeast extract, cultured dextrose, food starch modified, soy leg hemoglobin, that's GMO soy, made to mimic heme iron, which is not tested on human beings, but guess what? There were some studies done on Impossible burgers that found that they're probably not even safe for rats to eat. But don't mind that. Give it to your kids. You're saving the planet. Zinc gluconate, thiamine hydrochloride. That's just a vitamin B1, artificial vitamin B1. Vitamin C powder, niacin. Why did they put niacin in there? You're trying to give someone a flush. Pyroxidine hydrochloride, which is vitamin B6. So then just some vitamins. Oh, we got the vitamins. Vitamin B12. How nice of you. I remember two of those are plant-based meats. One of those is dog food. Guess what? First one is Beyond Meat. Second one is dog food. Third one is Impossible Burger. But that's a super premium dog food, guys. So don't worry, you're getting the equivalent of super premium dog food. And it's sustainable. Right? It's so sustainable, the kibble. Dog food. Yeah, but then they love to try to obscure these things. So you've got Impossible Foods here. After seeing some backlash on all the fake ingredients, after being called a super processed food, remember this is considered, as far as food labeling goes, this is an ultra processed food. This is one of the most processed foods you can get. This is one of the most fake foods you can get. Impossible Foods. They put out a tweet, and of course they got a nice little blue check mark because they're saving the planet, right? They're saving the planet, so they get the blue check. Blue check to save the planet. Impossible Foods want to talk long ingredient list, friend. Ground beef from a cow. And they put this photo out and they say, ingredients. What are the ingredients from ground beef from a cow? Water, 63%. Triglycerides, 19%. Oleic acid, 7%. Palmitic acid, 5%. Stearic acid, 3%. Palmitoleic acid, 1%. They're taking the chemical composition breakdown. They're breaking down the chemical composition, the isolated chemicals that you could find in the ground beef, and they're saying, no, that's the ingredients. I don't know. So maybe somebody should go ahead and remind Impossible Foods, those aren't ingredients. That's the chemical composition of the proteins and fats that are in there. But they're going to try to obscure this and they'll tell you, oh yeah, look at all the ingredients in meat. Look at the flavors. Serum albumin precursor, creatine kinase. Those are chemicals. Look, there's a bunch of chemicals in the meat. The meats are made of the chemicals. They think you're that stupid. They think you're that stupid that you're going to read oleic acid, stearic acid, and think, oh, those sound so bad and scary. Acids? Those are essential amino acids. That's what you're getting there. Well, stearic acid is not essential amino acid. Those are fats. Those are the same types of fats that your body stores because your body can easily access, process, and derive energy from those fats. So, Impossible Foods, completely dishonest. But they get the UN Climate Award. The UN says, you're saving the planet. You're so good. You're so great. You're saving the planet from all the nasty carbon dioxide off-gassing human beings who won't go vegan. Or won't. It's not even about vegan, right? It's not about animal rights for these people. It's about consolidation of power and resources, so they just want you to buy their products. Buy the kibble. Right? Be dependent on the kibble. Eat the kibble, biggest, they say. You got to eat the kibble. You got to eat the kibble. You give me a climate, you're going to get a climate award if you eat enough of that kibble too. You eat enough of the impossible foods, you eat enough of the Beyond Meat, you can get a climate award. And what's your climate award? What's your climate award? It's going to be chronic inflammation and an early death. That's what these foods are going to result in. Rats fed genetically modified yeast-derived protein, soy like hemoglobin, and burgers' key ingredient, that's the Impossible Burger's key ingredient, developed unexplained changes in weight gain and signs of toxicity. But that's good. Eat it. Eat the kibble. It's so good. It's good for you. That's good for you.